Hello everyone! So if you come to Module 10 in this course about understanding the CEFR, you've learned about how to apply CFR into teaching reading, listening and speaking. Today we'll look at the last skill. Yes, writing it is. My name is Thu Hằng. I'm from University of Languages and International Studies, VNU, Hanoi. As usual, we break the content for each skill into two modules. The first one will be about level A1 and A2. The next one will be about more difficult levels, that is B1 and B2. By the end of this module, teachers will be able to understand the writing descriptors at level A1 and A2 of the CEFR, then apply this knowledge to assess the students' writing to see where the students are in writing skills. Before we look at the descriptors in detail, let's note down some activities in writing that you think an English learner of level A1 can do. For instance, with speaking, what can they do? A learner at A1 can say the name like, "My name is Ling, I'm 12 years old." Or they can produce and respond to greetings like, "Hello, how are you? I'm very well, thank you." And now about their writing. What can they write in English? Okay, what activities that came to your mind? We'll get back to that later on in the lecture. Now, what are the descriptors we have for level A1? As you may know, we don't have many descriptors for this beginning level. And the same as speaking descriptors, we divide into written interaction and written production. Let's look at the descriptor for overall written interaction. Can ask for or pass on personal details in written form. This descriptor is then explained in more detail in the two subscale descriptors, which are writing correspondence and writing notes, messages, and forms. Look at the descriptors on the screen. So, what do you think are the keywords in these two descriptors? A simple postcard, numbers and dates, own name, nationality, address, age, date of birth, or date of arrival. At this level, students can write a short, simple message or postcard, for example, sending holiday greetings. Take a look at this sample postcard for this level. Apart from postcards or messages, learners can also fill in forms with personal details, for example, entering name, nationality, and address on a hotel registration form. Learners can also complete other short, simplified forms, such as job application, or they can address an envelope. Now, for written production, look at the descriptors on the screen and note down the keywords in each statement. Okay, so you see we have simple isolated phrases and sentences for overall production. More specifically, with creative writing, we have simple phrases and sentences about themselves and imaginary people, where they live, what they do. They can also write lists such as shopping and personal schedules. Or they can use some simple basic punctuation such as capitalization, periods, commas, question marks. For the second subscale, writing reports and essays, of course we don't expect learners at the level can do this. That's why there's no descriptor available. You will find descriptors about writing reports and essays in higher levels, but definitely not at A1 and A2. Now, back to the question we have at the beginning. What activities that A1 learners can do in writing? Here we are. They can describe habits and routines. For example, my brother goes to work at 8 o'clock. I always go swimming on Tuesdays. They can give personal information. My name is Minh. I'm from the north of Vietnam. They can understand and use numbers. We have 3 cats and 1 dog. And they can understand and use prices. I spend about 50,000 dong a day. Of course, these activities here can be both in spoken or written forms, so it means A1 learners can perform these functions in speaking too. So far, you can see that learners at level A1 can only write about details that are directly related to them, but still they can communicate in English already, even though they are at the very beginning level. That's all for A1 writing. What are the keywords we have for learners at A1? Let's look at some of them again. A simple postcard, numbers and dates, own name, nationality, address, age, date of birth. Simple phrases and sentences about themselves and imaginary people. Goodbye for now. See you in the next video about A2 writing descriptors.